Every man thinks he knows when a woman is interested. But what if I told you that most of the signals you rely on are wrong? That a glance, a smile, or even a laugh can hide what she really feels inside. Today, I'm going to teach you the 5 hidden signals women give, signals that reveal her attraction, trust, and desire, before she even speaks a word. 1. Eye energy. Let's start with the eyes. Not the color, not the shape, but the energy behind them. A woman's gaze is more than sight, it's a radar for connection. Every glance she gives carries information about her interest, comfort, and even desire, whether she knows it consciously or not. A quick glance? Could be polite, nothing more. But a lingering look, just a fraction of a second longer than social norms allow, that's her subconscious speaking, I notice you. You intrigue me. Here's the subtlety most men miss. It's not just how long she looks, but how she looks. Dilated pupils. When she's aroused or curious, her pupils subtly expand. It's biology signaling attraction, often before she even smiles. Microsmiles around the eyes. True interest often appears as a tiny lift of her lower eyelids or a subtle crinkle at the corners. A polite smile won't do this. This is pure, instinctive attention. Blink rate. Slightly faster blinking can indicate nervous excitement or engagement. Slower, steady blinking, comfort and trust. And there's another layer, the direction of her gaze. If her eyes drift toward your hands, your movements, or your expressions, she's scanning for alignment, measuring how you move in the world. If her eyes meet yours repeatedly, then dart away. It's not shyness, it's an unconscious test of your reaction. Most men panic, look away, or misinterpret these signals. They think a glance is just a glance. But her eyes are giving a hidden invitation, not to be chased, but to be understood. Respond with calm confidence. Mirror her energy subtly. Hold her gaze for a heartbeat longer than expected. That's how you turn a fleeting spark into curiosity, connection, and attraction. 2. Posture and presence. Now, let's talk about posture. Not just whether she's standing tall or slouching, but how her body carries energy. The way a woman positions herself around you tells you more than words ever could. Open versus closed posture, arms crossed, shoulders hunched, legs tucked in. That's a subtle barrier, a subconscious signal of caution or evaluation. She's not closed-minded. It's her instinct checking. Can I trust you? Do I feel safe? Lean and angle. If she angles her body slightly toward you, even if she's sitting across a table, that's an unconscious signal of receptivity. Leaning away. Guarded, not necessarily disinterest, just a need for more emotional safety. Micromovements, tiny adjustments in her torso, the way her hips shift, subtle foot taps or weight shifts, they're all subconscious calibrations of attraction, comfort, or tension. Her body is constantly testing the energy you give off. Here's the subtle science behind it. Posture isn't just habit, it's an emotional barometer. Our nervous system mirrors our feelings before our mind can articulate them. When she feels excitement, curiosity, or desire, her muscles subtly relax, her chest opens, her head tilts, and her movements sync with yours. Anxiety. Tension creeps in. Tight shoulders, crossed legs, subtle withdrawal. Most men see posture and think it's just comfortable or not. They miss the cues. If you notice how she positions herself in your space, you gain a map of her subconscious feelings toward you. Respond with energy that matches hers. Relaxed, confident, attentive. Mirror her micro-movements subtly. That's how you signal you're on the same wavelength, and you'll notice her comfort growing before she even speaks. Her posture is her body talking before her mouth does. Learn to read it, and you understand trust, curiosity, and attraction, all without a single word. 3. Touch and subtle contact. Next, let's talk about touch. And no, not in the obvious hands-on way. I mean the subtle, almost invisible ways a woman communicates through contact, or the lack of it. Her body is constantly sending signals about curiosity, comfort, and desire. Accidental brushes. When her hand lightly touches yours, or your arm just barely grazes hers, it's rarely random. These tiny, fleeting touches are subconscious tests. Are you aware of me? Do you respond without pressure? Proximity choices. How close she lets you get in social or personal settings says more than words. Leaning in slightly? She's signaling interest and openness. Leaning back. Not necessarily rejection, just calibration. She's checking your energy, your confidence, your respect for her space. Mirrored movements. If she mirrors your gestures, the way you shift in your seat, cross legs, or tilt your head, that's unconscious rapport. Her body is saying, I'm aligning with your energy. There's science behind it. Our nervous systems are wired for nonverbal empathy. A woman's microtouch patterns are like Morse code for her subconscious state. When she's curious or attracted, her movements will naturally seek rhythm with yours, subtle, soft, almost imperceptible. When she's tense or unsure, those signals tighten up, withdraw, or become rigid. Most men miss this entirely. They either overreact to every touch or ignore them completely. The truth? Her body is asking you to respond with awareness, not force. Match her pace, respect her space, notice the tiny invitations. Respond with confidence, calm energy, and attentiveness, and you'll see her comfort and attraction grow without her ever saying a word. Touch isn't just physical, it's a language of trust and curiosity. Learn to read it, and you're no longer guessing. You're understanding her subconscious signals before she even speaks. 4. Voice and vocal energy. Now, let's talk about her voice, but not just the words she speaks. I mean the energy, rhythm, and tone behind them. A woman's voice is a live broadcast of her emotions, confidence, and subconscious interest. It tells you more than words ever could. High, lilting tones. If her voice carries a light, melodic pitch, maybe slightly playful or girlish, it's a subtle subconscious signal of receptivity and curiosity. She's showing openness, almost like saying, I'm noticing you. I'm letting you in. This type of voice often seeks connection, emotional warmth, and gentle guidance. Push too hard with logic or intensity, and she'll withdraw. She responds to security and care first. Low, husky tones. A deeper, richer voice signals confidence, self-possession, and sexual energy. She's not asking to be led. She's testing your strength, intellect, and presence. A woman with this vocal energy is looking for an equal, someone who can meet her intensity without faltering. Weakness or overeagerness. She'll sense it immediately and tune out. Pacing and rhythm. Notice the tempo of her speech. Quick bursts indicate excitement or high curiosity. Slower, measured words. Thoughtfulness, emotional calibration, or subtle testing. Her rhythm is a subconscious heartbeat. Matching it subtly shows alignment, but rushing it signals disrespect for her energy. Here's the deeper truth. Your ears can hear her words, but your intuition must feel her voice. It's like tuning into a frequency of desire, trust, and curiosity. A voice isn't just a sound. It's a direct line to her subconscious interest. Listen to her voice not just with your ears, but with your presence. Does it invite protection, a playful connection, or a challenge? Understanding this vibration is like holding a map to her subconscious world. You'll know how to engage her before she ever speaks it aloud. 5. Hands and gestures. Now, let's move to her hands. Not just what they do, but how they move, how they rest, and what they reveal. A woman's hands are a secret language, almost like a Morse code of her subconscious feelings. Open, relaxed hands, palms slightly up, fingers soft, movements flowing. This is comfort, receptivity, and trust. She's subconsciously saying, I'm open to you. I feel safe here. Small gestures, like touching her own neck, brushing hair back, or lightly playing with a ring, signal subtle flirtation and curiosity. Men often miss this because it's quiet, but it's a goldmine for reading interest. Closed or tense hands, fists, crossed arms, or fingers gripping objects. Guarded energy. She may like you, but her body is still testing whether you can earn trust. Push too fast here, and she'll instinctively withdraw. Her hands are a barometer of psychological safety, and you need to adjust your energy accordingly. Mirroring gestures. Watch for subtle mimicry. If she mirrors your posture, taps her fingers in sync with your gestures, or leans forward when you do, she's subconsciously aligning with you. This is interest in action, not words. The closer the sync, the more she's investing her attention and curiosity. Fidgeting versus deliberate motion, nervous tapping or restless movements, anxiety, overthinking, or testing your reaction. Smooth, purposeful gestures, confidence and comfort. Your role is to match energy without overstepping, creating a rhythm she can relax into. Here's the deeper truth. Hands speak when words lie. They reveal desire, curiosity, and boundaries in ways her conscious mind might hide. Mastering this subtle language lets you understand her subconscious attraction before she even says a word. Watch her hands like a radar. Are they relaxed, aligned with you, curious, playful? Or are they tense, protective, or fidgety? Your awareness of this tiny, often overlooked language will tell you more about her interest then. These 5 signals are invisible to most men, but if you learn to see them, you'll know her thoughts, feelings, and desires faster than she can even say them. Her body isn't lying. Her energy doesn't cheat. Your job: to read it, respond, and respect it. Now, here's the question. Which of these 5 signals have you missed in the past? Comment below. Let's decode this together and turn your intuition into a superpower.